When someone talks about theater, a large number of people say that they started doing theater when they were much younger.
Some people have the best memories of their lives in their school's theater program. Others feel it made them the people that they are, and more still feel like they never want to leave.
It is safe to say, however, that no one has ever been in a theater program quite like ours.
This is Eagle Theater.
Hello, we are Eagle Theater Unlimited, and we are here to tell you about our school's department. To start with, let's discuss the history of our department.
Eagle Theater became what it is today thanks to the hard work and dedication of all of the people who have taken to calling it home. All of the numerous accolades and landmark feats that members of the department have achieved have all been a testament of the hard work that all of its members have put forth.
From Peter Wendy going to the Illinois High School Theater Festival, to the first ever entirely student-done Studio Theater Advanced and Stagecraft Advanced show, to the rave reviews of Once Upon a Mattress, followed by A Streetcar Named Desire, one of the most emotionally charged shows done thus far, and closing out with the first ever Spring Theater Showcase.
What better place to start than the very beginning?
At the start of this year, Eagle Theater performed at the freshman orientation with 3 plays from the Bully Plays anthology book. The 3 plays they performed were Scent, Nobody Knows, and Bystander Blues. These plays were intended to demonstrate to incoming freshmen the true impact and negative effects that bullying can have upon a person. The students that came in to perform these plays were given 2 days to familiarize themselves with their specific play and move forward from there.
Following after that, rehearsals continued for the fall play, Peter Wendy. Peter Wendy was a version of Peter Pan written by Jeremy Bloom, a Northwestern graduate and a friend of Aubrey Chusett, the director for Peter Wendy. Peter Wendy is the first instance of a show that meets over the summer to rehearse and continue through the year. Given an earlier performance date and time to do additional shows, Peter Wendy ran for 5 performances during its initial run. The freedom style of the show lent itself to create a very close-knit cast, crew, and production team.
Following that, we now talk about Night of the Living Dead, Studio Theater Advanced's first semester final exam. The show was based off of George A. Romero's movie of the same name. The show pertains to a zombie apocalypse occurring and the plight of our characters to survive the ordeal. It ran for one showing and was entirely done within the Studio Theater Advanced and Stagecraft Advanced classes.
To close out Semester 1, we ended with the third annual 24-hour play festival, an event where a series of 5 to 8 minute one-act shows are written, directed, and performed by all members of the department within theater classes. Studio Theater Advanced students wrote, cast, and directed each show in director pairs or triplets with 1 to 2 designers from Stagecraft Advanced, assisting them with any technical needs. The cast comprised entirely of beginning theater and studio theater students, and each prepared separate audition scenes or monologues depending on the class. All the shows ran for a one-night performance.
After a rejuvenating winter break, the Eagle Theater Department came back only to pack up and bring a newly revived Peter Wendy to perform at the Illinois High School Theater Festival, which it was selected to go a month or two after its initial run. Bringing the show to ITF meant that the company would have to adapt and adjust to a brand new stage, and brand new style and brand new work. After a few hiccups during the performance, they brought about an amazing performance that lasted 2 shows, and represented their department in an outstanding light.
After ITF, musical fever had spread all over. The cast and crew was assembled for Once Upon a Mattress, and rehearsals and practice was on. People from many different talents and many different viewpoints together. Once Upon a Mattress is both the largest and the longest show run in Current Lake's history, with over 150 members of the company and spread out over 2 weekends. The musical is always a hot event in the season for the department and always brings a huge amount of excitement and exhilaration.
Following only a few paces behind that is a streetcar named Desire, the first instance of an entirely student show here at Lakes not mandated by a class. It was directed by Elena Gonzalez for a 20% project. A 20% project takes place during the course of an entire year and follows an avenue of theater that the performer or performers would like to learn more about or that interests them. The projects can range from directed shows to slam poetry to even writing an entire show. The project is entirely dependent on the person to follow what they believe it should entail.
And to close out the entire year, we now have the first ever spring showcase, combining the now annual underclassmen performance, this year being Emergency Prom, and the annual sketch and improv comedy performance known as Hey Who Turned Off the Lights. The underclassmen production has become a recent trend of becoming a performance every year since Paradise Park, the first underclassmen performance in our school's history, and continues to live and breathe through Emergency Prom. Hey Who, on the other hand, provides a much more loose style of performance, being improv that doesn't necessarily follow a strict set of rules, like a typical scripted performance, and encourages people to be much more spontaneous and differing in their performances. The Spring Showcase has 2 shows they perform, and never cease to get the crowd laughing.
Eagle Theater, to many, is more than an extracurricular.
It is a home, a place for people to grow and evolve and become the people they desire to be.
It provides a supporting environment where failure is accepted and helps further people to become better. It pushes and pushes and pushes people to become more themselves and is an important part of who we are.